Hi there, Anthonites! It's been a long time since I came to you. In fact, if memory serves, the last time that I uploaded a video on this channel was a video that I filmed on my birthday, which was December 20th, and I didn't put it out until like January or February. I'm sorry about that, and there's so many other things. Many of you have actually found my content since I went dormant. You may not know who I am, what I do, and what's been going on, and some of you may need a refresher. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an update on all of that, and then kind of give you an idea of what's going on and what's going to happen moving forward. First off, just like any other YouTuber who's taken an unexpected break, I need to go ahead and apologize for my absence. Moving past that, long story short, I used to live in the Philippines. I lived there for 3 years. I lived there, I worked there, I ate there, I slept there. You get the idea. I really, really loved it there. I fell in love with the people, the culture, the food. Definitely the food. The food was amazing. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be for me to stay there then. I ended up coming back here to the US to help out some family with some stuff, and also because my contract was up at my previous employer, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. When I came back to the States, I figured, hey, you know what? Let me just go ahead and try a few side hustles. Maybe I could be a little bit more choosy with my 9-to-5 type situation. So that's what I did. For, oh heavens to Betsy, about a year or so, about a year or so, I did nothing but side hustles. I did Lyft, I did Uber, I did a local competitor Uber Eats called Grub South. I did so many things. I even took some like news type footage for a little while. Pretty much anything I could do to make $1, that's what I did. And then I decided, you know what, I really need to find myself a 9-to-5. Something a little bit more stable and a little bit less working for 12 to 14 hours a day. And that's what I did. Found myself a good little 9-to-5, and I do enjoy it. It provides me, stable income for the most part. It provides me structure, go to work at the same time every single day pretty much. And yeah, I really, really like that. A while later, I started working with this company. Now, some of this, I was still doing side hustles after the day job. Up until, heck, I was still doing side hustles in addition to the day job up until maybe February of this past year. I think it was shortly thereafter, like in maybe March, April, started working with this company called Gigaparts on these local advertisements. And Gigaparts, if you're not familiar, which you may not be, they are the number, I say this in their ads all the time, like the number 3 amateur radio dealer in the US. And they also do computer parts, and they do computer service, and they do just all of these, things that, people need. And, they just sell all the things. And they've been a really fun company to work with. They're having me do like an ad every like 2 weeks or so. Like there's some wiggle room in there, depending on whatever, but that's been really cool. Now also in that time, roughly December to March, somewhere in there, some things in my personal life sort of led me to a point where I needed to file for bankruptcy. If you remember, just a few moments ago, I had mentioned that I had come back to the States to help some family out with some things. To make a long, drawn-out story as simple as possible, things got worse, and in my attempt to help out and my attempt to get everything on track, it led me to a point where I just had to, I was in over my head and I had to file bankruptcy. Now, of course, for a long time I thought that was the end of the world, and I was super ashamed of it. And honestly, there is still a little bit of me that is a little bit ashamed of it. Bright side, looking at the silver linings, that means that I get to start over again. That means that I get to build what I want to build from the ground up. That means that I don't have any of that bad history following me anymore, other than the mark of having a bankruptcy within the past few years. So that's, I do view that on the whole as a good thing. It's allowing me to move into a new chapter of my life. And part of that new chapter could involve a lot of different things. One thing that I'm looking at right now is sort of building upon that thing that I was doing, or am doing, I guess, with the company Gigaparts, and essentially renting myself out as a spokesperson. Similar to, there's an actor by the name of Jim Varney. A lot of you may know him as like Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest so on and so forth. Jim Varney, along with an advertising team, built the Ernest character. And essentially that got its start as sort of a spokesman for rent, if you will. There are a lot of companies out there who don't have either the knowledge, the know-how, the time, the staff who's comfortable doing so to be able to create what would be essentially a throwaway local advertisement. There are a lot of reasons why someone would want a very temporary ad that doesn't necessarily have to be a huge budget ordeal. Sometimes you're just running a sale that goes for 2 weeks, and you need something that's going to grab someone's attention. You don't necessarily need to invest an absolute boatload of cash into something like that. You just need someone who's willing to grab someone's attention, tell them what's going on, and move, from there. And I'm hoping to be able to build something, but it's just hope. With that said, few other things have changed and are going to be changing in my life. And I think it's about time you guys met somebody. Against her will, I have now guilted Heather into joining us. So Heather is someone who I met this past year. I absolutely adore her. I absolutely adore her 2 children. There's a non-zero chance that over the next little bit I might be a stepdad. Maybe.
Really good one.
A really good? Really? Do you know who I'm gonna marry?
I don't know.
No? I don't know. It's way too early to say anything for absolute certain. That's what things look like right at the moment. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take this moment right here to go ahead and say that because this video will be edited on a laptop provided by Gigaparts, this one, as a matter of fact, I do need to essentially try to thank them in some way. And I'm going to do so by linking to an Amazon affiliate link in the description down below, full of a lot of different products that they sell on Amazon. They have physical stores too. They don't know I'm doing this. This is not, they're not paying me to do this. This is something I'm doing because I feel guilty using their laptop for my personal reasons. So please go check it out. Even if you don't buy anything, maybe they'll see the increased traffic. Maybe they'll try not to kill me for utilizing the laptop that they let me borrow as a prop for editing a video. Moving past that, I have notes here. Because of filing for bankruptcy and because I need to do so because I am a 30-something-year-old man-child, yes. Because I am a 30-something-year-old man-child, I need to focus on financial security for myself and anyone in my life. I also need to focus on retirement, and I need to focus on one other thing, which we'll discuss here in a minute. I am going to be spending a lot of time over the next couple of years worrying about, stressing about, researching, and caring about personal finance.
Even more so than normal.
Well, see, they don't know that. They don't know the guy who will question whether or not to put air in his tires because it's 75 cents.
We'll give you 75 cents.
One good thing about going through what I've gone through in the past couple of years is the fact that I have become super freaking cheap. And that has opened my eyes a lot to some other things. But anyway, I'm going to be focusing a lot on that. I may create some content around that because a lot of the people who I see online talking about personal finance, investing, all this, that, and the other thing, they've got Ferraris behind them. They're like, how I was a millionaire before the age of 30. That's great. But what about us who want to do this step by step? What about those of us building from nothing in our 30s who apparently missed the boat to start this at 18? What about those of us in that boat? What are we supposed to do? What are our options? I know because I'm living it, similar to how I used to be living in the Philippines, not just living in the Philippines, but living for the Philippines, and that was like the big thing in my life, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. The thing that I'm focusing on with that laser-like thing right now is personal finance. I may create some content around that. I may try to use that as a learning tool for myself and others. I would welcome your input on that. The other thing about that is using personal finance, I may be able to leverage all of those things to be able to get back to the Philippines, either both temporarily and permanently. Like, can you tell them the idea I pitched for you, if we get married one day, possibly, maybe in the future, where I want to take you?
Philippines.
To see all the islands.
Yeah, all the beaches.
Over 7,000 islands. We won't get to it in a honeymoon. I know this. But I can show you a couple.
He never said islands, he said beaches.
Well, yeah, but islands are essentially just
You
land.
totally put me on the spot. I was going to make you cut and be like, I need you to remind me what you promised me. Because I forgot. But you said beaches.
If you always forget what I promise you, this will be a very happy marriage. Possibly, maybe in the future, one day, possibly.
You're in for a treat. I'm forgetful. Terribly, terribly forgetful.
Speaking of, so they don't know a lot about you, but one thing that potentially they may care about is the fact that when you were going to college, you wanted to be, above all else,
A film director,
film director.
producer, writer.
So theoretically, if I was feeling super, super lazy, or as they say in the Philippines, tamad, I could film something and then hand it off to you.
Sure.
Hey! We have an editor in house. I got off on a tangent. Essentially, yes, that savings, that investing, all that. I am hoping that leads to being able to visit the Philippines on vacation, and maybe even beyond the Philippines. Maybe that be, honestly, I don't even know where else there is to go.
Japan.
Japan. Well, you know what? Most flights to the Philippines from here lay over in Japan.
Oh, see, there we go.
And as a bonus, when you go to Japan, they automatically give you a 90-day visa.
Oh, okay. Well, we're living in Japan for 90 days.
Potentially, maybe. I don't want anyone to hold me to this, but it is within some realm of possibility to kind of sort of retire in the Philippines. If that happens, that'd be great. If it doesn't happen, that just means more vacations there and other places. I'm good with that too. I'm throwing it out there as a possibility. And I know someone 20 years from now will probably make me pay for even throwing it out there as a possibility. But it's what I hope. It's in my brain. Moving on from there. Why am I in a hotel room right now?
You could have just told them, they could have just thought you were in a nice fancy place, like
No.
you lived in a fancy...
This is very obviously a hotel couch.
Not really.
Okay. Let us know in the comment section down below if this just kind of reeks of hotel room. Why am I in a hotel room right now? As many of you know, right now, globally, there is a little bit of a situation going on, who shall remain nameless because I want to stay monetized. One of my roommates was positive for the thing that's going on right now. And with that being the case, we're in quarantine. We're going absolutely insane. It's been 6 days?
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been 6 days that we haven't really left this room. And this is one of the reasons why I know that I like this one here, because 6 days together, constantly, nonstop. And she
I only
hasn't
put a
killed me.
pillow over his face once.
Was I sleeping?
Yes.
Well, that explains it. I don't have my CPAP machine, so I snore loudly. We're here in the hotel room. This isn't the permanent thing. This isn't where I'm living. In fact, right now, I am living with my brother and other roommates, doing so in order to live as cheaply as possible so that I can save, invest, etc. Like I said previously, I wanted to go over what I'm going to be doing in order to be able to visit the Philippines again, travel more often, be more financially secure, maybe retire one day. Here's what I'm going to be doing to be able to do all that. First and foremost, even though I am way late to the party, I have begun paying into what's called a 401k account, which is a tax advantage account, which allows you to put money into it pre-tax. Meaning before the government gets their piece, before anybody gets their piece, I'm able to put a percentage into this account, and then it grows over time, and it's taxed at the end. I have also begun investing in individual stocks, which can be done many different ways. One way that I started was Robinhood, which is an investment app for your phone. I may have a link in the description. If you use that link, I believe you get a free stock. So if you sign up for it, feel free. When you sign up using this code in the description, you get a free stock, and I believe I get a free stock. If they're still doing that, they may or may not be doing that. I don't know. I have built an emergency fund. This fund is an undisclosed number. Roughly, it is about a month's worth of expenses. Should anything come up, I can support myself for an entire month. That actually needs to be larger, but it's the first time in my life that I have had such a thing. I am proud of myself there.
And he's helping me with my budget so I can do the same thing.
Yes. We have not merged bank accounts or anything like that. Maybe one day. But right now we just want to be more financially responsible, prepared, secure. Yes, I like that word. Also, I still have a few side hustles. Things like Uber, Lyft, creating videos on the side, maybe even restarting the YouTube channel. Maybe that could become a side hustle over time. Referral commissions for various things, and sort of these other little miscellaneous things here and there that don't pay much, like the books that I previously wrote for that are available on Amazon, linked in the description. All of that money is going directly into sort of a savings / retirement fund. I need that financial stability. I can't live without it. And I would like to one day not have to go into work. I'm not saying I'll stop working, but I would one day be able to be like, you know what? This vacation time, I'm gonna take this vacation time. I like this vacation time. Have you ever known me to take vacation time? No, I hate vacation time. Because if I go on vacation, I'm not getting paid. But yeah, that is where my head is. That's where I've been for the past 6 months at least. And that is hopefully what my future holds. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all of this, how you feel about this. And let me know if you would like me to step by step walk you through my financial journey. I can't guarantee that I'm going to, put out specific dollar amounts of this, that, or the other thing, but I will, in whatever way I legally can, I will try to give the advice that I find and apply that, show you the results, and so on, if this channel takes that turn. If not, who knows? Maybe I'll just start playing with slime on this channel. You want to help me play with slime?
Not really, but I'm sure my daughter would.
Hey, it's a collaboration. Smash that like button for collabs. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. I hope it's been meaningful for you. I hope that this doesn't come across as yet another, where have I been? Or why I haven't uploaded video. Even though it's totally what it is. I am hoping that I have my ducks in a row enough to be able to get back to doing what I like, what I love, and what I want to do in life. So yeah, till next time. Wait a minute, do you know my outro?
No.
Okay. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those things that absolutely make me love my job. Also, be awesome to yourself and amazing to each other. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.